This morning I'm joining a tour group. We're going to Hadrian's villa of Tivoli. A little trip out on, whether it's on a bus or whatever it's on, I don't know. Anyway, we're all here. There's quite a few of us. We've all got our blue tags and our little radios and our earphones. So then, I suppose, we wait for the bus. And it's a seven-hour trip, and it includes lunch. A lot of people involved. A lot more than I thought. Oh well, there we go. Okay, well we're on the bus now, and there was a bit of a kerfuffle earlier because it started to pour with the rain, and we were all outside, and the bus needed to be called. And also, I'm amazed that I'm the only one in this entire bus that needs to have something that's special audio equipment for someone who is deaf. You see, the problem is I have to take out my hearing aids to wear anything in my ears that I can use to hear with, like earbuds or whatever. So I could have quite easily taken out my hearing aids and stuck and put the earphones in, but he's given me a special equipment for my hearing aids, which is great. Okay, bye. Yeah, now we're coming into some countryside. Look, and a quarry. There's a quarry down there. Oh, is that a station? So it's been dug out for the station. So we're heading now towards Hadrian's villa at Tivoli, and it's a different sort of green that I don't usually see. This sort of green. It's lovely to see in a crazy sort of way. Isn't it green? It's just, for those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, Australian doesn't have green like this very much at all. It's a greyer green. Okay, it's a little bit rocky and rolly. This is wonderful. This is Hadrian's villa outside Tivoli. I'm on a tour, and honestly, I just cannot believe the scale of it. It's just huge. So much bigger than I imagined it to be.
At the corner, you can see also a latrina, bathroom, toilet.
So the villa was inside, yeah?
Yes, inside. In Latin, the name is Hadrian, without any who do you say is Hadrian? Okay, so here are you can see two wooden round bridges, they slided. Yeah? So if you wanted to swim, they open the bridges. If you wanted to exit, they close the bridges. But get a look, it was like this. Okay? Now you can imagine. So, a portico, a special frieze all around with dolphin and fishes.
But this is theater, not villa. This is theater.
No, this is a villa, but the name has been done by the architect Tivoli, the Maritime Theatre. Why? Because when he arrived here, he saw a circus building, so he decided it was a sort of theatre. And then he found out also this special frieze with dolphin and fishes, and that's why he said this is a maritime theatre. But this was a private villa where Hadrian and Hadrian used to live. But let's imagine that two special artists from the Baroque style. The first one is Lorenzo Bellini and the second is Francesco Bellini. Arrived here and they decided to copy this way of building. So this is the mixed linear way of building because you can see curved and straight walls. And if you go to visit the Water Square, you can see a beautiful facade. I told you also that in 1560, when the villa has been discovered by Piero Ligorio, they decided also to start to dig up all around this circle building. And over there, you can see the ruins of the two special libraries, the Greek and the Latin. Now, on my left hand, you can see the small kitchen. In the middle, you can see a lot of columns. And this is the tablinum, where we used to have his dinner during the hot summer night. From that side, you can see the main entrance of this special building. So, if you really visited Rome, you can see that in Rome there are other two special circle buildings.
Was it roofed?
Yes, it was like this, I showed you.
Oh, yeah.
Except the tablinum,
Yeah.
So it was roofed.
Amazing.
Okay, so. Is this the original roof? Yes, this is the original one, a small part. So, which is the first circle building that you can see in Rome? Pantheon, good.
I said Pantheon.
No, Pantheon is elliptical. So the first is the Pantheon, and the second one, try and guess. Good, Castel Sant'Angelo. Sant'Angelo Castle. Why? Yes, because it was the mausoleum of Hadrian, Castel
So
Sant'Angelo.
is he buried there?
Yes. Yes, at the bottom of Castel Sant'Angelo you can find the tomb of
Hadrian.
Yes.
And he died in Rome. Did he?
No, he died in Baia, nearby Naples.
From what?
With the cirrhosis, so they say we don't know exactly. He suffered a lot. We don't know for sure. So, okay, so now, come with me and show you the main entrance of this special island. So they entered from this side. We are here now. Okay. This was the main entrance. And we are very, very close to the libraries. So this is the Greek library. When people got arrived here, the ground arrived to the first floor over there. So they decided to set a gap all around, and they found out the two libraries. But also, let us look at the floor. I told you that this is a private village, and the floor was done with black and white mosaic everywhere. So imagine how was beautiful at that time. No special road, but black and white.
Oh my God.
I told you also that I decided to set it here because this language is The system to filter the water coming from Greece. So they used to create a special chimney, reformia. Then they put some pipes underneath. Inside the Roman bath there were 3 special swimming pools. The first one was with a hot water, Calidarium. Then between Calidarium and Frigidarium there was another swimming pool, Tepidarium, not so hot, tepid water. Yes. And at the end, Frigidarium without any heating system underneath. Then they use also this special way of heating to heat the walls and the floor. Yes, also inside, but also inside the special Roman bath. Okay, that's why the older Romans used to wear these sandals, start to rain again, and to warm, because the floor was very, very hot. Okay, andiamo. This one, if you go to visit the Capitoline Museum in Rome, you will find a beautiful masterpiece coming from this villa. Okay? This is the Golden Door and they use no pieces. And the name is okay. Now we are going to see this special floor. This is the opus sectile. So you will find the opus sectile. You will find the opus sectile, that way the color of marble, but also the small pieces of iron too, where you can see this one, where you can see imperial houses or imperial buildings. So I told you also that in this villa there were other 2 special Roman baths. Now we are going to see the more Roman bath. So imagine also that Roman bath was a special meeting point for the older Roman, because they used to go inside in the afternoon. They used to meet over there to speak about politics and business, and sometimes they made some gossip too. But before Hadrian, men and women went inside at the same time, at the same place, together. Then Hadrian decided to make a law against the prostitution. So after Hadrian, men and women had to go in different in different places.
Prostitution?
Sorry?
Against prostitution?
Yes, against
But the gay was okay.
It's not the gay, because at that time he had a special Greek background, and it was normal at that time.
To be gay.
Yeah, it's not gay. It's a different way of thinking.
The same way
Yes,
entering.
yes, pederast, yes. No, it's another way of thinking. So you should not think like now, because we were in 200, we are in 120, 130. At that time it was normal. Okay? Also, if you think about popes, at that time, during the Renaissance time, had special friends, and they had a lot of kids.
We know that.
And that's why
Some of them now
at
resigning.
that time it was
because of
normal for them, not now. Now we are going to think about modern thinking, okay?
that. Before history, it was normal to eat human flesh.
Okay, so now we can enter inside the small Roman bath. So at the beginning, Piero Ligorio decided that this was special Roman bath dedicated to women. But it's not true. Why? Because at the end, when he decided to dig it up all around this special Roman bath, he found out.
Come si chiama? Fiorisce in
So when he found out the opposite sex, he decided that this special Roman bath was dedicated to Hadrian. So we can enter inside and now we can see and we can recognize the Hadrian
Yes.
and this is the original one. So get a look, you can see the types of the hypocaustic system. That this was the small Calidarius unit. And we can enter inside. So when we will arrive this afternoon in Villa d'Este, we will recognize this office is actually in a balcony. Why? Because Piero Ligorio, when arrived here, he decided also to I told you before that it was a private villa and not a village. But it was a sort of private village. 5,000 people lived here. And imagine also that there were also 1,000 and a half Praetorians. Praetorians were special bodyguards. And they used to live in a palace. The name was the Praetorium. So, 2,000 slaves, 1,000 and a half Praetorians, and citizens, and also artists, artisans, and a lot of people used to live here. 5,000 people. Okay. Now we can see the ruins at the top of this big structure of the Praetorium. The Praetorium was the palace where the emperor. At the bottom of this special building, you will see the grocery where they used to put salad, and also pork. So, the grocery had 11 in building with a step building and at the top there was a big palace of the Praetorium where they used to wait for the emperor. And very close to this big building, there is the big Roman house. So, get a look here. Below you can see the cryptographical. So, the city passage to enter from a building to another. And then, at the end, you can see the ruins of a big fountain. We are very close to the big Roman bath, a big fountain, and at the end of the fountain you can see some Nicholas bedrooms. Why we can see Nicholas here? Because these precious Nicholas were used by guests from 1 to 2 days. And take a look at the floor. This is another kind of floor. This is a different one. But if you take a look, it's something another floor.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
There's Roman bath over there.
Yeah.
Which one the emperor used?
No, this was used by the citizen. The small one was dedicated to the emperor, but also the Heliocaminos was dedicated to the emperor, so he had two. And also inside the small round villa, he had a small room. Yes, yes. Okay. So, when Piero Ligorio arrived here in 1560, he discovered also the special cryptoporticos. Over there you can see 3 tunnels. So they are the cryptoporticos. The small one on my left hand was dedicated to slaves. In the middle you can see the big one. The big one was dedicated to chariots and horses. And on my right hand you can see the medium one. So the medium one was dedicated to the emperor and his special court. So when Piero Ligorio discovered the medium one, so that dedicated to Hadrian, he was so amazed that he decided to ask the permission to copy and to reproduce a small part of it in the long corridor in Villa d'Este. So this afternoon, when we will arrive in Villa d'Este, I show you the copy of the cryptoporticos dedicated to Hadrian. Okay? Any questions? No? Okay.
When Hadrian died,
He died in Baia in 138.
did the succeeding emperors use this palace?
After him?
Yes.
Yes, the next emperor was Antonino Pius. Antonino Pius has been adopted by Hadrian from the Antonini family, but he used this villa only for his special summer holidays.
So it was used continually after Hadrian's death?
Yes, but only during the summertime.
Thank you.
Because they used to live in Rome. And then the last emperor that decided to use this villa was Constantine I during the 4th century AD. But also you should know that Constantine decided to start to use this villa as a special quarry. So he decided to take up marbles and pillars and so on, a lot of beautiful masterpieces, and to put them in his new palace in Constantinople. Yes. Okay, so we are very, very close to the big Roman bath. So take a look. You can see a circle hole with a dome with an opening. So you try to guess which kind of water was inside the hottest water, the hot water, the tepid water, or the fresh water. Oh, good. Why? Because you can see there is a dome with an oculus for the vapors.
For the
The vapors.
vapors?
Because underneath there was the input-output system. So you can see it's a sort of small funnel. You can see the calidarium. And then close to the calidarium you can see the tepidarium, and at the end the frigidarium, swimming pool. Now slowly in front of you you can see the Egypt, the Canopo Valley. So as I told you before, when Antino died when he was 19 years old in 130, so he became a little bit mad. So he decided also to deify Antino, and that's why in Egypt he decided to build a new town called Antinopolis. And when he came back in Tivoli in 132, he decided to create a valley with a long swimming pool. Is about 180 meters. It's deep about 12 feet and 4 meters. And in the middle, he decided to put a Greek marble, the Cipollino, with a special crocodile shape. You can see a statue that represents a crocodile with an open mouth and 2 jets of water from his mouth. The name is the Canopo. Why? Because Antino died close to the Canopo town in Egypt. But before to enter inside the portico, you can see two men lying with a bird. So you should know that the old Roman used to represent the river as a man lying with a bird with a cornucopia. So they are two rivers. If you get a look also
yes.
close to them, you can recognize the name of the river. So the first one is, get a look, you can see something that could help you to find the name. So they are copies. The original one are inside the museum at the top of this building.
This is the Tiber.
Yes, why?
Romulus and
She
Remus.
wolves with the twins. Yes.
The twins.
Yes, and the she wolves.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So this is the type. And the other one, if you get a look, it's very easy to find the name. I see something.
Egypt.
Wow.
The Sphinx.
Good. Perfect. So we are here now. So there was a portico, okay, with caryatids and sileni. Caryatids are big women coming from Greece, and the sileni, big men with the crossing arms coming from Egypt, like columns and pillars, okay? And under this portico, they used to put 300 beds, 300 triclinium, when Hadrian used to organize special dinners. Why? Because at the end of this long swimming pool, you can see the Serapel. So the Serapel was the special palace where he used to have his dinner during the hot summer night. Because they didn't found the hypocauste system underneath, but they found at the top of the ceiling, they found an old aqueduct. So they decided to take the water directly from this aqueduct and they create some water curtains inside and the water forts. Why? Because if Hadrian would have a special dinner with the guests, he stay in front of the water curtains. If he wanted to stay all alone, he stayed behind. Okay? So, guys, I leave you free time, okay? I leave you till 11:40, 42 maximum, okay? So you are free now, so please don't get lost. I'm waiting for you over there. You can see the first big tree. Yes, nearby the first big tree. I'm waiting for you. 142. Okay?
Can I just ask you, did he build it after the big trees? Which one?
No, 1142.
The big tree. What, the first one or the second one?
They're all big trees.
I know I saw like this big.
Well,
Which big tree are you talking about? They're all big.
This one here?
Which big tree? This one here?
This one, the first one.
okay. Well, she was pretty marvellous. I'd love to be able to get all this onto video on YouTube, but I'm absolutely astounded by the size of everything. It's enormous. The towering walls, arches, apses, and this is. Do you remember this? I did a mural for an apartment complex in Sydney called Excelsior for an Italian architect called Echille Palazzetti, and he wanted a representation in an apse in the swimming pool of this setting, and mine was an idealized version where all the arches were complete. I didn't have any statues, I had water. Oh, can you see the fish? There's big, large fish in this water. Oh, honestly, she was great. She was really good. And this is only half of the trip. We're having lunch, and then we're going to Villa Est, which is another villa near Tivoli. She was brilliant. She talked about very, very briefly, sort of hinted at Hadrian's proclivity to Antinous, and a woman in the group, when she said in those days, in Roman days, things like that were normal, and this woman in the group questioned that. I think I couldn't quite hear the conversation fully, but she gave me a little nod and a wink, I think. Yeah. Well, honestly, if you're ever in Rome, this trip is fabulous. I mean, it rained, and from the actual bus stop, the car park, up to this area is a mighty steep, well, for me it was steep, gradient. So, yeah. But it's good for me. It's good for me because I'll be doing things like this next week and the week after when I'm in Istanbul, and so it's really good for sitting down on a bench. It's really good for me to do this stuff. Get my legs working. I live too sedentary a life in Sydney. Wow, look at this. Magical.